For Winston Churchill, then barely out of his 30s, World War I was a time of trial for triumph still to come. During the restless 20s, his days were crowded with continuing service to the government. An increasingly popular figure, he was winning new acclaim as a journalist, orator, and author. Churchill was First Lord of the Admiralty early in World War II, when, with all Europe collapsing in 1940, he became Prime Minister of embattled Britain. Hurling defiance at Hitler, he said,
"We will have no truce or parley with you or the grisly gang who work your wicked will. You do your worst, and we will do our best."
At home, rallying his bomb-battered people, he vowed, "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender." Meeting Roosevelt in Casablanca in 1943, the war's tide had turned. At Tehran, the big three, Stalin, Roosevelt, and Churchill, planned the invasion of Hitler's fortress of Europe. At the Yalta Conference, with victory certain, they made momentous post-war decisions. Elections in 1951 found Churchill at 76, attempting a political comeback. When the ballot boxes were opened and the votes counted, good old Winnie was back as Prime Minister, ready to rally his country again with his famous wartime V for Victory sign. The following year, while addressing a joint session of Congress, Churchill offered America wise words of warning.
I may say this, members of the Congress, be careful above all things, therefore, not to let go of the atomic weapon until you are sure, and more than sure, that other means of preserving peace are in your hands.
And so Winston Churchill, Knight of the Garter, reaches the twilight hours of a lifetime of sacrifice and service to crown and country. Queen Elizabeth comes to number 10 Downing Street for a farewell dinner on the eve of the grand old warrior's retirement as Prime Minister. It is an evening filled with deep emotion and rich affection. As inevitable as Big Ben striking the hour, the toll of time carries him out of the Victorian era into the second Elizabethan age. Sir Winston Churchill, a man who casts a long shadow across the milestones of the century.